Right, welcome back, and back to you, Mr. Sameh. And of course, efforts have been done throughout the past years, and lots of efforts were made in this city of Alamein, so we can really host this very, very exceptional festival in Egypt, and particularly in this area. Please illustrate.
Actually, if we see this festival, it's not for one night or 2 nights or 3 nights. It's taking over a long period. And this is mainly a thing which generates the tourism traffic. And the good thing about this festival is the main clients, that main target, like say 80–90% are from the Arab countries. So we are targeting tourism here. And it's full of activities. Yesterday they were doing parachuting, they were doing aviation, and along all the time something will happen. This is the main thing which attract tourism and generate traffic to a certain area. Unfortunately, Egypt used to have this type of festivals, different thing, but in a way that every day an action was happening. We used to have our theaters full of theater plays during the summer, and all this was attracting the Arab tourism, because he comes in and he finds every evening something to do. Unfortunately, lately, due to some circumstances, most of these activities were almost stopped or slowed down. So the tourists come down and he doesn't find anything to do. Why he would come, or why he would stay for a long time? He can come and stay for 1 week just to be in Egypt and go home. Actually, when we started doing this kind of festivities, it's not only this one. You know, there are concerts for the famous singers, the Arab famous Egyptian singers is happening every now and then, or a very short time, in different places in the North Coast. This is all making a good traffic.
Right. Let me hear, definitely, I will not tackle the issue of slowing down, because I'm not very much aware of why we slowed down in a period. But let me here take what we are doing today. And today, tourism is a very important sector to the Egyptian economy. So we're speaking here about this festival. And this festival contains many programs. As you said, it is really attracting different categories of tourists. Yes, the Arab citizens,
mainly the Arabs,
but the whole world, but also the whole world, and also in different categories.
Yes.
What I mean here is that there is a place for luxurious activities, and there is a place for the moderate activities, and there are for the very normal people.
Yes.
How do you find such a festival? How do you read the efforts that were exerted in order to prepare and present it in this way?
First of all, I mean, to contract this huge number of artists, and I mean, it's not only the artists, it's the team around, and to contract all these people, to get them in, to organize all this, it needs a lot of organization, a lot of permissions, a lot of different. You know, an artist comes from abroad, then he brings his own equipment, then the customs are working. So it's a great team working behind this scene that to show it and to come up in the best way. We can make advertising cost billions. You will see an advert for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute. After a second, you will be busy in something else, you forget it. Maybe it remains in your head or it doesn't. But let's go to Egypt to see Amr Diab is singing. This is the main attraction. I received a personal call from friends who work and lives in Dubai. They are Emirates, they are not Egyptians. They called me and they said, yeah, I heard that on this date the singer is singing there. Yeah, I mean, I'm not following the calendar really. And he said, well, we want to come. I'm not coming alone. I'm coming with 15 of my friends to have fun. So this is the main attraction for tourism. This is why we are targeting 15 million. We know that a big number will come in summer to this unique new area. Alamein was not there a few years ago.
Exactly.
It was just a place in the desert.
And that is really part of how we changed desert into areas
exactly
where we can take gold return from it.
This
from
is
them.
what, and another thing is they are coming to see the new place. It's not that I come to see the singer, because he comes to his to Dubai. I mean, a singer is a singer, and the singer, he comes to Dubai and make parties, so he doesn't need to come all the way to Egypt. But he is coming to Al Alamein to see Al Alamein and to attend a concert. This is, and definitely he doesn't come for one day and come back. It's a vacation.
Exactly. It's the good thing in this festival that it has everything. I mean, here we're speaking about art, we're speaking about culture, we're speaking about entertainment, we're speaking about sports, we're speaking about beach tourism. We're speaking about every single thing that is very much gathered in such a festival.
Don't forget that we are in summer. In Europe, I just came from Sweden. Huh? In Europe, in Italy, the temperature is 40, 45, 48 in some areas now.
Yes. In the south.
In France as well. I came from Sweden, it was 14, 18. So we have good weather. We are in the very hot days. Imagine the Arab countries. So, I mean, it's a way out. This escape. Those people were going to Turkey, were going to Mediterranean. But Mediterranean is very hot now. So we are better weather and temperature than...
The heat wave in Europe is enormous.
Yeah.
Indeed, indeed, very much indeed. We're also speaking about an attraction.
Exactly.
I mean, here, who will come to the festival will definitely come to Cairo for some times also to see part of
They
the
will
culture.
come, and if they don't come, still he goes there, he spends 10 days, 1 week, 10 days, you know, I mean, he's spending, and the hotels are more expensive than Cairo. They come to Cairo to have fun, to enjoy their time, and a habit. Yani, he must go to Egypt every year. The Arab tourists, they're normal. I'm not speaking about the super rich. I'm speaking about the average normal Arab tourism. He come to Cairo as a habit. I come to Egypt once a year at least. The thing is this, how long do I stay? Do I stay 1 week only, or do I stay longer? Now with this kind of activities, and the concert will be held in the pyramids, all these things are prolonging the vacation and having things to do. And he will have fun. Definitely he is waiting for next year activities to book and come to it. And this is how tourism will increase. I see this is the right way to increase the number of tourism. But just to sit and announce we received 20 flights from I don't know where, and Marsa Alam received this, it's nice. But are we talking about real activities? Are we talking about real economy? We need money, we need economy. Egypt is depending on tourism to generate hard currency. Resort is very good, but this kind of activities generates very high currency to Egypt.
Indeed, indeed. When we speak about Egypt hitting record 7 million tourists in the first half of 2023.
It's true. Yeah.
And we are looking for more and more. We're looking to double that number by the end of this year. How do you view the efforts and the developments that were made by the government so as to prepare for such a huge number we're seeking?
Let me tell you now that really I'm talking about the Minister of Tourism, the Assistant of the Deputy Minister of Tourism, and the whole executive in the Ministry of Tourism, all the decision makers. They are all alert now. They are trying, the chairman of the Egyptian Tourism and Promotions, they are all alert and they are available anytime. So any kind of problem meets any one of us, just send the WhatsApp and you will find the solution. I personally have a group of friends in Saudi Arabia coming, and there was a kind of misunderstanding problem, and the guy sent me a WhatsApp and say, I have this problem, if you can help me. And I sent it to the responsibles, and they got the response immediately, and it was solved. It's not me, it's us, any one of us, any one of the people who has tourism. And really I have to say the Parliament head of Tourism Committee, Mrs. Noura Ali, she's always in all the tourism groups on WhatsApp, and if anyone have any problem, just contact the responsible people and solve the misunderstanding. So this is efforts which generates at the end big number of tourism. I mean, tourism, it's an industry, and as working, always you find the little employee who try to stop everything by misunderstanding. And before we used to have these problems and nobody's solving anything and generates more problems. But recently, really, in the last period, everyone is there. All the responsibles of Ministry of Tourism are available all the time, and they are available with all the tourism makers. I mean, the minister could come to any basic gathering of some tourism people. If he was invited, he comes in and he attends and he listens and he talks and he discusses, and he could stay for hours. Mrs. Ghada Shalabi, she attended more activities in Ramadan.
Officials are
the officials, but on a social basis, not an official basis. They were coming and attending the social event to sit with people on the table and discuss and listen. And Mr. Amr Al-Adi the same. So I want to say, not many times before was available, not with every minister. Some minister, yes, they were always available everywhere. But now I'm talking about what's happening now. They are available and they are attending and they are listening to everyone. And anyone has a problem, he tells them and suggests a solution, and it's there. And it's paid back. Now you see, we have a big number coming.
Indeed, it's not just the problems or the infrastructure, but also facilitating tourism for the tourists, and how the country is working on that from different angles.
See, the country is working, I mean, it's a general direction to generate tourism and attract tourism. But you see, the problem is, normally the tourist meets a lot of authorities, passports and tourism police and many other ministries are involved in the operation, and they smooth it, but sometimes there is a kind of misunderstanding, and the Minister of Tourism really solve it and make things happening.
Indeed, when we speak about solving such issues, wasn't one of the facilitation that were made was the online visas, and how the procedures for taking visas to Egypt were facilitated? And
the online visas facilitated for certain nationalities, because European doesn't need. The European come to the airport and pay the tax and $25 and take the visa. Some other nationalities, it was complicated to them because he has to go to the embassy, and not everybody lives in the capital. If I speak about India, if he lives in Bombay and the embassy is in Delhi, we speak about huge distance, and he has to deliver the passport and come back. He didn't come.
And online, this digital issue
now
is
it is you can fill it with the travel agency make most of the papers and things, and the person has to fill it online with the help of the local travel agency. Anyhow, I'll make it easy. We have more number of nationalities now through this visa online than before, when it was very complicated to those nationalities.
Indeed.
And we need all the nationalities to come here.
And that's part of the facilitation. We'll be speaking also another part here, which is this report. And Minister of Civil Aviation, Mohammed Abbas Helmi, said that a number of development projects are being implemented in various fields of the civil aviation sector, which aim to expand the development of services and facilities, increase the capacity of Egyptian airports, expand the airline network of Egypt Air, open new points to many destinations around the world, and acquire a greater share of travel traffic to and from Egypt. Let's watch.